welcome to week 4 of MasterChef. This week we're going to learn the technique of saute. Sauteing is when you cook food quickly with a small amount of fat over relatively high heat. The term saute comes from a French word which literally means to jump, referring not only to what happens when the food is placed into the hot pan, but also the method of tossing the food in the pan. Size is really important, and you want to make sure when you're cutting your foods that there's a uniform thickness and size to ensure that everything cooks evenly. The first step is to warm your pan over medium-high heat for a few minutes. Once the pan is hot, add fat and swirl to coat the bottom of the pan. Heat the fat for 10 to 30 seconds until the oil shimmers or the butter foams the sides, and then add the food. It's important that only one layer of food cooks in the pan at a time. When you're sauteing meat, there should be at least a ½ inch between each piece. When food cooks, it releases steam, and if the steam doesn't have room to escape, it stays in the pan and the food ends up steaming rather than sauteing, and it won't have the proper brown. The technique of sauteing is really a toss and turn. So when you're using tender vegetables or bite-sized pieces of meat, you want to stir frequently but not constantly to promote even browning and cooking. If you're going to use a dense vegetable like a cubed potato, it should be stirred every few minutes so that it doesn't fall apart, because they can get really tender. You should only use portion-sized cuts of meat like chicken breast, a small steak, a pork medallion, or a palm-sized piece of fish. And it should only be turned once so that it has enough time to cook and form a nice crust.